Why, hello there. Welcome to Midweek Point and Click. I hope you're all well. This is a feature where Steve and I play through adventure games. And this week we are playing through Chinatown Detective Agency. We're on episode 5. How you doing, Steve?
Hey, not bad. How's it doing, everyone?
Well, I am doing great. I've had a break. We didn't stream last week because I was in New Zealand, and I am refreshed. It was amazing because I didn't even need to think about work once. We did some fun things, and now I'm ready and rip-roaring to go. How's your week been?
Not too bad. Just work. It's been very boring,
Yeah,
but doing okay.
excellent. You're over your sickness?
Yeah, the cough is persisting, which it usually does with me.
Mm,
But yeah, other than that, I've been over it for a while.
right, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Apart from the coughing, that sucks.
Yeah.
All right. This game, what I noticed when I was launching it, there was actually a trophy that we received. Let me go to it and tell you what it said. It says, The Reformer, choose to work for Kieran full time. And then the one after that was finish Kieran's case. So, what I think this is, at first I was worried that we would only go down sort of one path. I think at the end of the day, we're going to actually go through each 3 different cases working full time for each person. So, um, we've got 2 more to go, I guess.
Yeah,
Well,
sort of assumed.
yeah. Welcome in, Tongs. No rude Americans in New Zealand. Oh, there were for sure. Well, not rude, but oh man, the old there was this grandmother from Kentucky on the bus that was sitting behind us when we went to go kayaking, and it was like she was like director's commentary for the bus ride or something because everything she saw outside, she would relate in real time to her husband Jerry. She'd be like, "Hey Jerry, look at that horse. It's so strong." It's like, okay. "Hey Jerry, look at those sheep. There's so many. I've never seen sheep like that before." And all sorts of shit like that through a whole 30-minute bus ride. It was just like one thing after another. "Wow, Jerry, we're really going off-roading now." It's like, oh my
It's like
gosh.
just like that scene of keeping up appearances but for a couple of hours. Is that what?
I haven't seen Keeping Up Appearances, but I
Whenever
assume
they're
so.
doing whenever they're doing a cut, whenever they're driving somewhere, like the husband drives, but she's constantly pointing out things. I guess keeping up appearances is more anxiety inducing because she points out things she's worried about, even though she's not driving. Like,
Right.
but then sometimes it'll be like, "Oh, watch out for the guy, the bicyclist," and he'll panic and go, "What the?" And she'll
Ah,
go
yeah.
that one, and it's like he's 2 blocks away. Bit of that, but then like I think that's the pinnacle. But then it's a lot of like, as he's driving, just like, "Watch out for the truck." Yeah, I see the truck. Watch
Yeah.
out for the. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, I guess so. Unsecret Crush, welcome in. Did Jerry look? Well, funny enough, poor Jerry. So the old lady, her name was Luann, which is the most American name I've ever heard. But anyway, Luann was like pointing out these things constantly, and then one time, Jerry goes, "Hey, Luann, do you see the or Lulu, I think he called her. Do you see the goats in the paddock?" And she goes, "Yes, Jerry, I see the goats," like giving him a hard time for doing it once. Yet she was doing it like 100 times. It was crazy. But yeah, it's Lulu. Yeah, her grandchildren. Because it was funny because her grandchildren called her Nana Lulu. But it was funny because one of the grandchildren, I've never seen this before. You know when there's like grown adults with names and you wonder how a child could ever have that name? Like, when have you ever met a baby Daryl, for instance? In this instance, there was like a 5-year-old girl called Maria, and it was never seen that before. It's like unique, I guess.
You ever think about that? Because that's to me, that's a normal name. It's just,
What,
it's
Daryl?
like
A
going
baby
like,
Daryl?
it's a normal
You've
name.
never seen a baby Daryl in the wild,
Yeah, I don't
Steve.
see many.
Yeah.
I've never seen many babies though.
Uh,
Like I know, like other than my cousin's children, like pretty much that's the only babies I'm ever exposed to, and they happen to not be called Daryl, but
yeah, exactly. That's my point. It's a conspiracy. Welcome in, Verdant Tree. How you doing? Made it this time? Look at you go. Yay. Went to school with a Maria? Yeah. Alrighty. Well, let's try and think of the recap. It's been a few weeks. As I said, we beat Kieran's case, but I think it involved... we managed to get the names of the accounts that the bribes were going to, and I believe the CEO killed himself, or at least it made it look like him taking his own life.
The jury's still out because we know there's a high power. So it suggested that, I forget what it was, because there's something we saw that suggested that it might not have been suicide as much as, but I think that's just the game struggled to portray what it was trying to portray. Like,
maybe
they wanted us to be there to witness the end, but the way they did it made it look too much like it definitely was suicide, but then they added a little thing that it might not be.
Yeah, because
so, like,
we had actually gone into the office just before he came in, and we had found some incriminating evidence that I guess the implication is we took photos of it or something like that, and then
he was waving the
came
gun and they ordered us out, and then the gunshot was right after. I know, because there's something about the bullet projector went through the computer.
Yes, yeah, the computer was damaged or something. Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, so I think it's one of those things where depends on what level you're thinking. Like, I think on the reality, like, thinking of in fiction, like, it's 99.99% chance he did it because of what we saw.
Yeah.
But then from a story writing, when you think of a story writing level, I think it's supposed to be that he was shot by an assassin and made to look like a suicide.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. All right, well, let's launch into it. Let's see the dates. Do they match up? Yeah, this one.
I currently have coffee. I have only the best, the finest Nescafe Blend 43.
Oh,
with milk and
geez.
sugar.
All of those three things is not how I have my coffee. Though, if I'm desperate, I could have instant coffee, but it would be black with no sugar, I'd say. Is Blend 43 your go-to for home coffee, Steve?
Yeah, I actually don't like the others. Because it's usually the one at work, but then I remember being in a workplace where I had to bring in my own Nescafe because they switch it with Morocco, which is supposed to be the better instant. But to me, the reason I like Nescafe is because it doesn't taste like coffee too much. Whereas Morocco, it's got that best. To me, it's got the worst of both worlds, where it's not real coffee, but then trying to be real coffee too much. So that's probably why everyone likes it better. But to me, it's like, no, this is a delivery mechanism for caffeine. It's like, I don't want bitter being water. Like, I would never ever drink coffee if it wasn't for caffeine content.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. Yeah, but anyway, you get it.
To me, 95, that's being generous, maybe 99% of people, to me, like, if coffee didn't have caffeine, I don't believe as a society would, or making it into a boutique thing like we do.
So you can't tell between the actual flavors of the beans?
I mean, in terms of, like, it would never have become a thing if it wasn't, like, it's the drug first, and then it gets, and to me, alcohol and nicotine is the same with fine wines. It's like you would never drink fermented grape juice if it wasn't for
getting boozy.
So yeah, the alcohol content. The cigar things, I think, is the same thing with smokes. Then it's become vapes, where it's the flavors and the rigs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's normal vaping, but then there's also the boutique and stuff. But it's all, there's a drug behind all of it this whole thing wouldn't exist without the drug first.
I think for me, it's come down to, like, obviously caffeine's one thing, but I think it might even be more of, like, the habit of having a hot drink in the morning. That sort of wakes me up more so than the caffeine, I'd say. But I'm there for the flavor.
To me, I've realized I think coffee now is a break because I think I've drunk so much of it, and my experience in the games industry means I was hitting it too hard. I think my brain's isn't affected by caffeine as much anymore.
If you don't have any coffee for, say, like 5 days, do you get, like, headaches and stuff?
I've wondered about that because I've heard that and I didn't think it was me.
Mm.
But then if I'm not working, then I'll stop drinking coffee. I've gone on holidays before where I don't notice anything. But sometimes when I haven't, for whatever reason, I haven't drunk coffee like over a break or something. Sometimes I've had a headache and I've wondered if it's a caffeine headache, but I can never tell if it's not consistent enough for me to go, oh yeah, I get a headache if I stop.
Yeah. Verdant Tree Boss coffees are really good. I like there's a various flavors. There's one that tastes a bit smoky, almost like you're drinking coffee by a campfire, which is really nice. And then there's a rainbow can that tastes like it has old school Smarties in it, not the new shit ones, which are pretty good. I like the Boss coffee cans as well because you can actually have them hot or cold. In Japan, they actually have them in the, like, where a pie would, like, you know, like those pie cupboards that keep it hot. They have the Boss coffee in there as well, so you can actually get a hot can, which is kind of cool. There used to be these cans as well that would actually have a button on the bottom. Do you remember those, Steve? It was like a cold can of coffee, but you could actually press the button at the bottom and there was either a chemical reaction or something like that that would heat the can from the bottom.
I don't remember those, but it can't be good. Whatever chemicals those have, they can't be good.
Saiku, welcome in.
Oh my god.
Thank you so much for the song.
Baltimore. It looks like someone subscribed. I'm gonna give them a face waterfall of blood.
Alright, let me just do this one here while she's here.
That was too close. You're almost a Saiku sandwich.
You're right. Barry, thanks for saving my life.
Meant to get one while you were there and kept forgetting. Whoop, I gotta read up a bit. There's a bunch of Japan drink vending machines in Melbourne that I found, the actual vending machines. Oh, okay, maybe that was in Chinatown? I don't know. I don't remember seeing them. Brother Babu Budan is a great place for coffee. I actually went and bought a 1 kilo bag of coffee the other day without thinking. Cost me like $63. It's crazy.
Have you been to San Francisco?
I have, yep. I went there for work, for Dreamforce in 2019.
Because reminded with the mention of Chinatown, I remember like I was trying to see the sites when I went there and it's like, oh, there's Chinatown here. It's like, okay, I guess I heard about that. Even though my city's got a Chinatown, it's probably different. And it was like, oh, you've got to see the, what do they call it? The arch. And it's like, most of us like, no, you've got to go to Chinatown at least to see this arch. And I went there and it was the biggest disappointment because it's like, wait, that's the same one in Melbourne. Like it's
the
same
Russell
one,
Street
it's
one.
colored different. Yeah, it's different colored. Like it's not like it's exact replica.
Yep.
But it's like, yeah, we've got one of those. We've got a Chinatown. We've got one of those arches.
Right. I
And
could
it's
see it like in Japantown or something, seeing like a Torii gate, and at the end of the day, they're just like three logs. Like you see them in once, you see them anywhere. Yeah.
Is that Japan will be different because it's the originals and a bit more, but this was like it's almost like the person running the tourist thing has never been out of the city, doesn't know there's one of these in most cities.
Gotcha.
Like, yeah, it's just like, no, this isn't a thing. We've totally got one.
Yeah. Pocari Sweat is really good, Saiku. I like it. We were drinking a whole ton of those in Bali because, you know, you don't really want to drink the water in Bali. But Pocari Sweat was always a favorite for sure. Alrighty, let's see what our mission log is. Expand your office. Oh, that's right. We can hire staff and everything now. How do we even do that? Call Letitia once you've expanded your office. So maybe there is a person we can, or maybe it's on a laptop. You had Bong Bong? Bong Bong is the Korean drink, right? Similar to Sak Sak. Sak Sak's really good too. Estate agent, here we go. Six Real Estate, how can we help? Office expansion. Okay, we got 47 grand. Let's see how much this costs. Hi, it's Amira Dharma from 90 Wang Street. I was hoping to get in touch with an agent about renting an adjacent office. Yes, we can arrange that. Would you like an agent to drop by in the next hour or two to discuss the terms? Yes, please. I'll be waiting. Right away, Miss Dharma. 2 hours later. Miss Dharma, I'm from 66 Real Estate. I was sent over to talk about the adjacent office for rent. Ah, yes. Let's do it. Please come in. Sack without the K. It's a orange pulp drink. Tongs? Okay, I'm passing you the terms and documentation. Have a look. Alright, let's see. What do we have here? Usable 24, electricity, internet, monthly rent $6,000. Okay, so it's $8,000 a month. Plus $500 stamp duty. And their commission is 1 month's rent. That's not much. Okay. So what do you think, Miss Dharma? Let's sign the lease. Looks good to me. Let's do it. Great. Please sign the corner of every page. Actually, twice, just to be sure. Phew. Well, there we go. Okay, great. We're going to need 48 hours to prepare the unit first. After that, it's all yours. I just thought of something. Not only do we have to pay rent for this new building, but we also have to pay her a wage, right? Letitia's on a CEO wage.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you. Have a great day, Miss Dharma.
Wait, do we hire it? Because I've got the choice. I guess we did end up hiring it, didn't we?
I don't think we did get a choice, because it says you got to expand, then you need to call her. That's the two options. Yeah, so you call her once we've expanded. You're currently in expanding your office. It will be ready in 48 hours. I wonder if we can call her now to say, hey, we've done it. Let's try it. Letitia? Number's out of service. Okay. So what do we do now? Let's call someone else. What about Kieran? Number's out of service. Everyone's number's out of service? You'd start to think it's your own phone, right?
I think it's maybe a translation, or it's like a bad writing thing. So it's like they're not picking up. It's like they're not there rather than, because it's ringing. So it's not like it's out of service. It's not like everyone, like it's more like they're not at their phones, not rather than out of service.
Yep. No, oh, that one says no answer though.
Oh, yeah.
Huh. Alright, what else? Repair? No answer. I think we're just gonna have to wait 2 days, which is a really weird...
Yeah. It'd be good if we had something small to do in the meantime.
No answer. Take 48 hours. Alright, well I guess... maybe we'll leave. Because in 48 hours time, I won't own this place anymore, right? Who's gonna do the moving?
I don't know.
Let's just go to... just outside. We're in Chinatown already, but outside the building. Alright.
You didn't know that high?
Apparently so. We'll do 45. Wait for 45 hours on the street? Yes.
Pick up an extra money.
Be ready in 48 hours. How long was it? Alright, we'll just wait some more. Ah, much better square footage. The room is ready for a new employee, but am I? Okay.
Financial calling.
Letitia, I have news of the employment variety. Or have you found a better offer? So many offers, of course, but I suppose if you need me, I might as well help where I can. That's so kind. It's just my nature, Amira. Well, Laetitia, welcome to Chinatown Detective Agency. With your connections and my crime-solving ability, we're a formidable duo. Whoop-de-doo. See you soon. We haven't shot anyone in a while, Steve.
I've only shot one person.
Case solved. You found it 2 weeks later. It's been a wild ride so far, but I think I've had a long enough break. I need to start thinking about the next paycheck. Just in time, Justin. Ha! Ahem.
Wait, it looks the same office. They just knocked down a wall?
Hey, I don't know. Better call him as soon as possible. Let's check our computer first. Made the news. Saw you on the news today. Finally catching up to the old man, eh? Who knows? Maybe you'll end up back in the SPF. That's the sunscreen initiative, right? SPF?
Yeah, sunscreen protection factor.
There you go. Things here are
sun
good.
protection factor, not sunscreen protection. Protection from sunscreen.
I think water would be that, right? Like it would wash off the sunscreen. I don't know. Things here are good.
I saw someone retweet someone today that said that you shouldn't use sunscreen.
Oh,
So it's
is that
like
the Pete Evans
it's one
guy?
of those. No, it's girls, and I think she's a farmer, but she's like selling her own thing. But yeah, it's like it was like one of those like big pharma conspiracies that to wear sunscreen when the sun is like, I don't know, life-giving and good for you and just stuff.
But it's funny, when you wear sunscreen, you don't get burnt.
Yeah, it's weird that.
Yeah.
Also, it's like I don't know. I don't know where she was, but I don't think she was Australian. 'Cause it's like, well, it's different when you live near the hole in the ozone layer.
Yeah,
And it's-
yeah. Australia and New Zealand are kind of a little bit, yeah, in a bit shit situation there with no ozone layer. Although, does it repair itself? I don't know.
It will over time, but it's not going to repair itself with the stuff we still do. Like if suddenly, like if you just a big neutron bomb went off and wiped off everyone on the Earth, then over a few decades it itself. But unless we cut back emissions, it won't. I think it's slowed down though a lot from where it was.
Shit situation, Verdant Tree, is the hole in our ozone layer over Australia and New Zealand, so we get burnt more from the sun. Since it is 12:25, Steve, I got myself an Easter egg. Do you know these colors? Does that ring a bell to you?
Red and yellow. Did you say Easter egg?
Yeah, it's an Easter egg type that has this wrapper specifically.
Can't make it out well, but I can imagine. Yeah, I don't know what that is specifically.
You'll be happy to know it is Turkish Delight.
Oh Jesus.
Mm-hmm. All right.
It's sort of like the two times that surprised me about the ozone layer stuff is like when I was on a bus in traveling across England, I was going from the north to London, and I fell asleep on the window, and because I was just tired from various things, fell asleep on the bus right in direct sunlight, and I've gone, oh shit, I'm gonna burn after this, and there was like nothing, like a couple of hours of direct sunlight and nothing. In the middle of the summer, which I know that's got the reputation of being cold and no sun in Britain, but in the summer the sun's still out. Absolutely nothing. I was surprised at that. And then the other time is like in Hawaii, where tropics, the sun's beating down. It's like I need some sunscreen shop, and they only went up to, I think it was SPF 30, and it's like I might as well use water. What the fuck is this? And but I think I got it. I might have gone up to 60. No, I think it was 30 because it was surprisingly low. And then when I went up to count, she's going, Jesus Christ, you're gonna like because she was shocked that I'd get the like to her was that heavy, but yeah, it's also the sun doesn't burn quite as viciously as it does here.
I remember in
as
the
well.
was it the late 80s and the early 90s where SPF 15 was the one, but I guess sunscreen technology got better and better.
I think their need for it got better and better too. Like as the sun's gotten worse, it's like need higher protection factors.
Yeah. Oh, what was that movie? There was a movie about needing... Oh, no, it was Terminator 1. Where Kyle Reese basically says you're going to need like SPF 1000 or 1,000,000 or something because of the nuclear war that's coming. Something like that. I can't remember the exact quote.
Yeah, I think it's about a bit there.
Yeah.
Well, there's a bit of Robocop too where there's like an advertisement where it's got a girl even referencing like 5 minutes out in the sun is too much. And then the Californian sun is a bit too much these days ever since we lost the ozone layer. So they got Sunblock 5000, which is this paste and it's blue and green. She's in a bikini, but she's slathered it all over her. So it's like, just completely slathered it in a thick sunscreen in order to be able to go out in the sun.
That was in the Robocop game as well. I remember that side quest.
Oh yeah.
Remember when
I
I was playing the
that
demo?
reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember a reference to it as well.
Alright, things here are good. I finally started the calligraphy class. Teacher said I showed potential, which is another way to tell me I sucked. House is a bit emptier since you cleared out the old stuff. I think you took my CD player too, but I have to my phone now, so it's fine. I did stop going to the community center events, so things are pretty quiet here generally. Look, it didn't go perfectly last time we spoke, but it'd be nice to hear from my favorite daughter. And only. But only if you've got time, of course. Talk to you soon. Papa.
The line of the favorite and only daughter. My grandmother used to refer, I think when I was born, before out of my memory because I was way too young, like the first maybe couple of years, she used to call me her favorite grandchild because she only had one, because I was the only grandchild. But then my cousin was born.
And you lost that rank.
No, it became her favorite grandson. The other cousin was her favorite granddaughter.
Yeah.
At one stage, my cousin had a sister, so I became one of her favorite granddaughters, each of them. But I was always her favorite grandson.
Right.
But also this thing of, because I used to, I guess the truthful nature or something, but whenever she'd tell a stranger, because I guess I would think it was too egotistical, so whenever my grandmother would introduce me as her favorite grandson, I'd always say, I'm her only grandson.
All right, gotcha. Let's see. New openings. Senior Investigation Officer Grandis, Poynton and Lloyd Associates. Experienced PI wanted for a permanent medical investigator role. Experience with malpractice casework obligatory. Salary competitive. Junior Research Assistant. Quickfinds.sg. This is just a spam letter. Daily Summary. Coup strikes coalition of the United Unions targets distribution net worldwide logistics delay. Job report. 0-hour contracts account for 80% of new positions. Australia elections. Front runner. Barumbar loses to Reinhardt. What? As in like Gina? I guess it would be.
I guess they're using that term as like the rough, because it's ex-coal CEO.
Yeah.
So it's like they're using that word as like, oh, it sounds like a huge natural resource magnate.
Local news. Shootout at local manor house. Police refuse to confirm the number of deaths. Temple of the Self-Controversy. Your controversy or controversy, Steve?
Controversy.
Yep, good. Leaders split on the future of the megachurch. Local petition woos voters. Okay, this is bollocks. Okay. I didn't even remember Steve being a filth bag, but apparently you were.
I was gonna say that actually, because when I was saying it, I thought it sounds filth baggy, but if you see the scene, it's not such like it's. I think it's the bit with her lathering up with sunscreen top to bottom, but if you see it, it's like
that was Robocop.
Because like, yeah, Robocop 2 thing.
Gotcha.
Because it's like, if anything, it's taken all the sexuality away because it looks so weird when it's still a bikini lady lounging by the beach.
Justin Coe.
Hey there, stranger.
Oh, this one's voiced.
Sorry, who is this?
Very funny.
I'm just glad you have time to call an old man back.
Come by the office, old man. We'll chat.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, I see the
Howdy.
joke there. Burden tree. Contra Hardcore was great.
I ran out of booze. Came to see if that bottle I gave you is still good.
Oh, speaking of, I'll be back in 1 second.
Try to vamp.
No need, I'm here.
Okay.
All right. I bought this. This was from duty free because normally this bottle goes for $170 in Australia, but I got it from duty free, so it was a little bit cheaper, thankfully.
Yeah, for some reason, the way this guy talks, I know maybe the remembering it's Singaporean, I remembered the Eliza.
Eliza, that was a good game.
Mm.
Speaking of good games, I was thinking, Verdantry, because you were upset with the last 2 spin of the wheels, that next time we'll, like for the next game, maybe we should do Book of Unwritten Tales 2 for you, because you've been itching for it for so long. All caps.
You're just in time. Reckon it's got a few decades left on it.
Like what you've done with the place.
I know that feeling. Like all the Korean TV shows I watch, no one else watches them, so I have no one to talk to about. Real sad.
All you need now is the deer stalker and pipe.
Oh, Sherlock Holmes.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really random.
The
until I
t-shirt I
realised.
saw on my way in.
The Deerstalker cap, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Was that Letitia I saw on the way in? Frontier psychiatrist. That boy needs therapy. You're a nut. Crazy as a coconut. What does that mean? Yeah?
Amira.
Mirror.
I know, Justin. But she's got contacts to kill for. And I need the edge right now. So, going to tell me why you're really here?
He wants to be on our payroll too.
Remember the Havelock incident?
No, I don't.
The research center. Sure. Hard to forget. What were the papers calling it? The flaming sword firebombing?
Don't get me started on the papers.
I like his accent. It's pleasing to hear.
The boys in forensics finally found their asses and concluded it was arson.
Wow, a real crack team you've got there. Since you're involved, I'm assuming they found bodies?
Only one, thank God. Place was empty except for our Jane Doe.
You reckon there's actually a person out there named Jane Doe and she gets a lot of shit for it?
Yeah, I've wondered about that, like Jane Doe, John Doe, and John Smith.
And what was it? Is it Jane Citizen that is written on like
Oh, yeah.
licenses and things?
I think that, to be fair, I don't know if anyone has the last name Citizen. I think it's possible.
Suppose you could change your name to anything, right?
That's probably why they do it instead of Doe.
As long as you don't change your name late to dinner. That didn't work.
She's unidentified?
you
How
seen
is
that-
that possible?
Have you seen The Replacement Killers?
That's the Woody Harrelson, right?
Chow Yun Fat.
No, I haven't then. No. What am I thinking of then? I don't know.
Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, yeah, I think I know the one. Something.
Can you do a Google search, Woody Harrelson killers, and see what comes up? That's going to kill me.
But there's a scene where he realizes he needs to get out of the country. He needs to go from America back to China. He also doesn't have a passport because he's under the thumb of the criminal guys, so he gets a fake passport. Goes to someone that can make him a fake passport. I'm just trying to think of the name he uses. What is it? It's John, but it's like a common Asian last name.
Is it like Donna Chang from Seinfeld?
Yeah, it's probably something like that. Oh god, I'm blank. But it's like, yeah, it's the Asian version of John Smith, but it's still John, but it's I can't think. But yeah, he says that, and she goes, "Isn't there like a million people named that? Don't you want something a little bit different?" And he just looks at her, and she goes, "Oh, right." And then the bad guys come, and she gets captured, and she goes, they're pumping her for information, and she goes, "Look, I don't know anything. I didn't even know the guy's name. He's John blah." And then the guy goes, "His name is John blah."
You asked why I was here. You want to know more? Meet me at the morgue. I'll be there from 7. Rendezvous with the coroner.
We're going to the morgue.
I could really use your help on this one, kid.
Natural born killers you're thinking of.
Okay. Thank you.
Pro bono?
In this economy, we'll scrounge up some dough for you.
Yes.
At least whatever your last client managed.
We?
Okay lah, me lah. I'll scrounge up some dough.
John Lee. So yeah, he's like, oh, let's go. Yeah, go ahead, Michael Rooker in it. Yeah, so he's like, she's like, he said his name was John Lee, so I don't even know what his name is, because it is John Lee.
Justin.
Look, you wanted an SPF case. This is an SPF case. Not official, but close as I can get. The morgue, 7 p.m.
7 p.m. Okay, so we've got a lot of time to kill.
Bring the wine.
Wine in the morgue? A meal?
It has Dirty Trio in it as well.
A cloven. Okay, cloven pine. Meet Justin at the city morgue in Tanjong Pagar before 7 p.m. Alright, well, I guess we're going to go to... Well, let's hang on. Is that what it was called? Oh, here it is.
Maybe a third or a half way into it, from what I can tell.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Just on the fact that there's 3 main cases. Well, I've done one of them. Stand.
The morgue. It's a skyscraper morgue. Okay, so we got to go to... How many hours? Once this clicks over... Is it 7 a.m. or 7 p.m.? p.m. Holy crap. Okay. Let's just wait 14 for now. Yeah, for sure. Burden tree, absolutely. Okay, we'll wait another 3 hours and then we're good.
I never want to see that though. It's like seeing the time when you're watching a movie and the time into it and the time, or the total time and the time into it comes up. It's like, I didn't want to know how far.
Ah, yeah. You know, that's not possible. And yet, here we are. Sorry, Justin. Facts are facts. Amira.
Just walks away and starts looking through the room.
Yep. These x-rays show continued fracture, but it's not pandy. Just another day in the work of the medical examiner. Oh, these robot limbs? That's cool as hell. Plastic and metal limbs freshly harvested, probably on their way to the clinic for poorer parts of town. Are we going to build a Robocop?
That would be cool.
This is Alex Murphy right here.
A little bit too intact for Alex Murphy.
Your move, creep. Who knows what mangled remnants of humanity lay beyond these doors? The thought of ending up behind one entombed in a little capsule makes me twitch. Okay, is that the same one? I'll just click on all of them just to be certain. Yeah, okay, cool. Gentlemen, Dr. Lee, Woon Wai, this is the help I was telling you about. Amira Dharma, Chinatown Detective Agency. Miss Dharma, I'm Woon Wei, State Coroner. This here is Dr. Jensen Lee, attending physician. Excuse me. Nasty business, especially for a fine lady like yourself to be worrying about. Ah, okay, you're a sexist man. Very well done with the Wu Wang case. Those were some powerful people you were up against. Justin told me you had something unusual? Oh my, straight to it. All business, this one. He's got no face! The Havelock bombing, one victim, currently unidentified. He appears to be a black bunch of pixels. Good God! How did the fire start? Drones, 2 to be precise. Smaller one, probably bought commercially, smashed the window, then a larger one dropped the payload. White phosphorus, Jesus. There's something you can't get, not something you can get anywhere. Do you remember that White Phosphorus game, Steve? On 360?
Yeah, Spec Ops The Line.
Yeah, I enjoyed that game.
I think because it's the same writer that did something else with White Phosphorus. It was like he was obsessed with how horrible that was.
Yeah.
I just remember thinking that.
Any leads there? Last I heard, SBF, he could have used some SBF, am I right? Last I heard, SBF had a couple of guys on it. But we're looking at a murder? You get busted down to manslaughter with a good enough team. But in my opinion, this was death by drone, signed, sealed, and delivered. How is it the body has no name? Right now, we simply don't know. We've tried everything. No identifying objects found on her person. Facial recognition is a no-go as the body, well, you've seen the damage. A search of the lab records turned up. Apparently no one's worked there in years.
Yeah, remember the other one, Homefront. Because I think it had the same writer.
Right, yeah. I didn't mind Homefront.
And that had I liked Homefront. That's just actually dismayed by how much the critics just slammed that game.
Yeah.
Because that had the white phosphorus, like they get the mortar rounds, and the guy puts in a special order of white phosphorus rounds, and so we're gonna have another scene of how horrifying they are.
Lastly, and this is where it gets downright spooky, no genetics on record. She's not in the state census. No DNA match at all. That is unusual. Ms. Dharma, everyone in Singapore is on the database. You, me, your district MP, and his mother. But this woman, it's like she never existed. Told you this was a good one. Everything not burned up by the fire is on the table over there. And of course, we're at your disposal should you have any questions. Wink, wink. Jesus. I've had worse starts to a case, but not many. So you'll take it? You know I'll take it as soon as it crossed my desk. That I did. Too much of your dad in you. My work here is done, gentlemen. Miss Dharma, call me when you've cracked it. Okay. This is a cool case. I like the idea of this. You reckon there's any games where you do autopsies? Can't think of any.
No. Because mechanics would be hard, because it'd have to be like those, like when there was a run of the simulator, the surgeon simulator.
Autopsy simulator by the
it'd have
power
to be
wash.
one of those. That'd be that kind of thing, yeah.
Not to be confused with the morgue assistant game. That's not really autopsy though. That's preparation of bodies.
That's more horror than. I know there was a bit of because you're deducing what
just the wounds on the body.
Yeah.
It wasn't really cause of death. It was just what you noticed to write down on the clipboard. Sorry, the clipboard.
That's kind of autopsy-ish because it's not the same as actually opening someone to have a look.
LA Noire is probably a good one. Good example, yeah.
But I guess a lot of the point and clicks do have but it's not like full autopsy, it's just clicking on things until you have enough clues.
There used to be one on iOS that was like it was like a comedic autopsy game where it might have like a body. No, it was actually surgery. It wasn't autopsy. There'd be like lungs with all these shards of glass, and you had to move the shards of the glass out of the lungs like operation style, and staple up things.
Trauma Center was on the 3DS, or at least the one I played.
Oh yeah, Trauma Center. I remember that. But yeah, that was still people being alive, right? And you're trying to save them.
I really like that one, except they got stuck on a level I just couldn't beat.
That's right. I think it was you that was playing it, Steve, on your DS, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Which was a Christmas present from work.
There is an autopsy sim game? Wow.
It was like at that perfect in between point that we only had really full. The studio was big and successful enough, but a very, very small number of employees. So yeah, one Christmas everyone got a DS as a bonus.
Yeah, that's cool.
It was also really neat because we're taken down to the meeting room, like the projection meeting room, without him telling us, and it was just this neatly packaged, almost like you see in the movies, the way the presents are packaged, like boxes with bows on top.
Was it under the seat?
No, it's just like it was in a circle. No, you didn't do the opera. You get a DS, you get a DS, you get a DS.
Bees! Yeah.
We were just in a circle on a table and we didn't know what was going on. It's like, pick one, grab one each, and open them up, and everyone opened up on the 3DS side. I think it was part of it, like, it's like, the write-off is inspiring us and getting us to play stuff. It also has a little bit of a, because that's the first time I played a Mario Kart game. Well, part of it was also sometimes we played the DSs together for lunch breaks. And it's the first time I played a Mario Kart game, and I got the nickname Evil Steve. That's the first time I realized I thought it might have been I thought that might have just been unique to that, but I had the same reputation playing Sonic All-Stars with you and your friends.
I think you get the same reputation in board games as well. You're a sleeper.
No.
Like, yeah, you act all nice and calm, but you're ruthless. You just cut the bone. No one expects it. It's like, oh, there's good old Steve over there, and then you just, it's a good front. You can hit hard the most. All right, let's see. A fluid extraction pod. Few things creep me out as much as this. Medical staff love it though. Keeps the job clean, simple, and sterile. Oop. That man isn't. Oh, here. Maybe I'll click on his foot. No one complained when the droids took over the morgue. Took a certain kind of temperament to work solely amongst the dead. Know that trope in movies where the morgue assistant is eating a sandwich and they like take a bite and they put it on top of the body?
Yeah. Or just the idea of like, they're wrist deep in someone and then they grab a sandwich.
Yeah, exactly.
We have Oprah, but it's like midday. I'm assuming it's the same in America, but it's midday television, so I don't watch much of it. But I remember as a kid, like being on my nan's, that'd be on.
Yeah, it was that and Phil Donahue, Sally Jesse Raphael, and Ricky Lake.
Oh yeah.
Funny thing about, I think I've mentioned this before, but when my mother died, I, for some reason, started watching a lot of Dr. Phil. I don't know why. It was just on YouTube. I just kept on watching Dr. Phil videos because I needed to see people in a worse state than me or something. I don't know.
Joe Springer we have. I don't know if anymore. It was interesting, like the Dollop, which is the American comedians that do history stuff. They did a whole episode on Joe Springer. But it was like, most of it was like the history of him, so it wasn't concentrating on the show as much. But the interesting thing they said was, like Joe Springer is considered the beginning and the end of culture, basically. But he's not any worse than the others, because the Ricky Lakes, the Even Oprah, they still have that same element to them. It's just the reaction of the audience. Like Jerry Springer has that that's like a wrestling fan stuff, like the hoo hoo hoo, and they've like, but as much as like you'll see the other audiences of other talk shows being horrified, they're still there for the weirdness, to be shocked. And they're just as like bad as each other. It's just that Jerry Springer was just less abashed about it.
Did you ever see Jerry Springer's other show called Baggage?
No.
It was actually it's kind of cool. It was cool in some ways and not in others. It was kind of like a dating show where every person, whether male or female in the show, had various size suitcases, and in each suitcase, maybe there was like 3 suitcases, big, medium, small. In every one was a truth about that person that they would reveal. So let's just say you were the contestant, Steve, and there were like 3 ladies up there with their baggages. They would reveal the first little baggage, which is like this little secret, and then you would choose a person to cut. Maybe there was like 5 girls or something, but anyway, you choose a person to cut because that baggage was too much. Okay. And then it would go to the next round, and they would reveal all their baggages, which was a bigger secret, and then a bigger secret. And at the very end, you would have to reveal your baggage to them, and they would get to decide whether they go on a date with you. Okay. It was entertaining enough to watch when you're sort of like drunk on a couch at Johnson's place or something.
Yeah.
But there was one baggage that lives rent-free in here because it was such a weird thing. It was like a serial killer baggage. Like, you would just you'd kick this person off the show straight away. The guy said to the girl that he keeps his foreskin in a safe.
As in from his like circumcision?
Yeah, I guess so. When he was little, he had it done, and he keeps that in a safe for some reason. Like, if that's not serial killer behavior, I don't know what is.
Yeah, I know.
All right, let's talk to Morgie. Dr. Lee, was it? Yes, ma'am, sir, madame. I've never spoken to a private eye before, sorry. Tongs, you'll never know when you need to put it back on. It'd be mummified, it'd be like a Fruit Loop. Speaking of Fruit Loops, I don't think I told you this. I tweeted this because it was so weird. Waiting in the airport on the way home to get back from New Zealand, there was a kid by himself, so he was obviously traveling alone, eating an entire box of Fruit Loops. Like
Is it one of those small breakfast ones?
No, a full-size cereal box. He'd torn out the bladder filled with the cereal, and he was just sitting there, and we watched him, while we were waiting for the plane, eat through the entire bag of Fruit Loops raw dog. No milk, no nothing, just like snack. It's like, that's what kids get up to when parents aren't around.
Yeah. I don't think you ever did anything that bad.
Imagine the sugar headache or the crash you'd get from that.
I used to eat, like, yeah, because I used to do stupid stuff like that, especially with sugar.
Mm.
But I remember telling one of my parents, because I used to make my own breakfast at my mum's place, and I change up various things. Sometimes it's toast, sometimes it's cereal. But for whenever I had Wheat Bix, I never knew to put sugar on top, so I just have them raw.
Mm-hmm. As in just milk and Wheat Bix, not raw, as in just dry.
Yeah, milk and Wheat Bix, and then microwaved for a little bit so it becomes soggy. But then I told my parents, they've refused to believe it. They go, "There's no fucking way you ate raw Wheat Bix. You're the sugar kid." It's like, no, I didn't know any better. It's just there's no fucking way, and absolutely didn't believe me.
That's crazy, because our gran would always put like sugar on Special K and microwave it for us for breakfast. So
yeah, Special K is weird because that's a proper.
Yeah.
Wheat Bix is like, okay, I guess I didn't realize as a kid, but it makes sense because it's unflavored. That said, I used to love, there was a high bran or high fiber version of Wheat Bix. Used to have these little pellets in them.
Oh yeah, they're still around. They're great. They're so tasty.
Yeah, those I loved because it adds that sweetness, like it takes away the blandness. Mm-hmm. But then it's not sugary. It's like a nice. I don't know what those things are.
They were kind of like nutty
I used to really
in a way.
Those ones, yeah.
Oh man, they're great. Someone was talking about the other day. I think they said maybe it was like wholemeal or something. No, that doesn't sound right. But yeah, they're really good. They actually made the mini Wheat Bix, which are like small pallets. They're like the size of a
I think
Coke
I've
cap.
had them once or twice, but I never liked them as much.
Okay, because they've got those versions, the one with those little pallets in the pallet as well.
Oh, that'd be good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because for Tongal, the cereal doesn't necessarily... Most of the time it's got too much sugar anyway. And I never put sugar on anything else, but Wheat Bix are like these very bland blocks of wheat.
Yeah, they are. They're like, trying to think of what size they are. Maybe the size of like an Altoids tin, kind of, a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
They're pretty big.
There's like when I said Wheat Bix and milk, I'd have 2 Wheat Mix basically, and that would fill up the bowl.
Then like some people would, you'd crush the Wheat Bix up in the bowl, and it'd go a little bit more like porridge because it'd be sort of, yeah. But normally I found that Wheat Bix were like a country kid food. Like you'd eat some Wheat Bix and then go work out on a farm or something. Maybe that's just my own interpretation.
Yeah, if you like ground them up, it'd be very much like shredded wheat, but they're kind of in solid bricks.
Yeah, it's not like the what do you even call them? Not like the little tiny pillows with the fruit inside, where they're kind of like spaghetti strands. Not like that. It's like they're kind of like flakes, right? Like pressed wheat into flakes, so it's a real flaky brick. If you ate one without milk, I think there's a challenge. You have to try and eat 2 Wheat Bix with no milk in your mouth, like just raw dog it in under a minute, which is like near impossible.
That's technically what I did as a kid, just with milk, but yeah, without milk, to just dry your mouth out.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Tongal, it's the brand name is with misspelled. Wheat is misspelled to be WEET.
Yeah, that's it exactly. Sanitarium. In the UK, they call them Weetabix. There's an extra A for some reason. Count yourself lucky. And a mirror is fun.
That's usually the case, but I'm assuming Wheat Bix is real wheat. It's a bit too much to make something seem like wheat, that much like wheat that's not wheat.
Yeah, I reckon 100% it'd be real wheat.
Oh, it's probably... Oh, there could be another grain thing, maybe. And not actual wheat. I don't know.
All right, Steve, which question are we going to ask first?
I guess start from the top. Cause of death.
Cause of death. What was the cause of death? Asphyxiation. She suffocated. Smoke inhalation. The most common way to go in these cases. You said the body was badly burned? That's crazy that you die of asphyxiation with white phosphorus. Like, you'd think burning would be the first thing. Anyway. Yes, it took the fire department several hours to get the fire under control. Her body is, to be honest, it's a mess.
I think most deaths from fire are asphyxiation because you'll sort of generally hide it from the heat, but if you get stuck in an area where it fills up with smoke, then you end up dying and then body burns later.
Yeah, true. I just picture like white phosphorus as something you can't put out, like it's there to burn things rather than
there's that too. But also white phosphorus is designed to suck the oxygen out of a confined space.
Gotcha. And she definitely died on the scene. 100%. These burns are consistent with her surroundings. So were the particulates in her lungs. Our Jane Doe died in that lab. Circumstances.
Wheat Bix is whole 97% whole grain wheat.
There you go.
So it's a cute spelling rather than them avoiding advertising slapdowns.
What caused the fire? A white phosphorus payload. That's as much as I know. Anonymity? How many Jane Does have you come across on your slab recently? None. Ever. Ms. Dharma, Amira, I can't stress how unusual it is for a body to go unidentified these days. After the deregulation, the gene market took off. There's barely a base sequence in the human body that isn't copyrighted by some conglomerate. I hate the word conglomerate. It sounds gross. Everyone in Singapore gets gene tagged. You enter the city, you're on record. It's like when you go to the US and they scan your fingerprints. But this woman, not only is she not, we haven't found a single traceable marker. Her eyes were gone, so we couldn't take an iris print. The fire was pretty intense. Her mouth is basically fell in on itself, so dental records are unreliable. The rest of her physical markers were burned away at the fire. But Ms. Dharma, there should have been something. The woman on the slab does not exist. That's all for now, Dr. Lee. Have you ever seen something like this?
I was going to mention something and he just literally did it. Do you ever get bumped out when a medical professional in like a TV, movie, or is a game like this says something that it's like no medical professional would say that?
Like what? Give us an example.
Well, the one he just did was like, it's like this person doesn't exist. It's like, that's just like, that's almost like a fiction writing stuff to
it's very
the audience.
NCIS kind of lab.
But if someone's like, a medical professional would go, oh, this is why we can't identify the body, so yeah, we're stuck. Like that's probably not the worst, but to me the worst might be when someone goes to see a doctor and they're sarcastic, and it's like, no doctor talks like that. It's like I think Dark Knight Rises is the one I can think of where Bruce Wayne goes in to see about his injuries because the wear and tear on his body, and the doctor goes, well, you don't have a problem with it was something like, you don't have a problem with the what's that stuff, I'm blanking on the thing of Adam's apple is made of
Cartilage.
You don't have a problem with your cartilage because you've got none. Oh, there's no problem with the cartilage in your legs because you've got none. And like, why would you make a joke thing out of bad news? And then he does a kind of thing where he goes, well, he goes, what can you do or something? Or like, what's the effect? Something, and he goes, well, I want to go skiing down the slopes of Helsinki anytime soon. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's part-time comedian.
Yeah.
He's trying his material out on you.
It's like, yeah, generally they wouldn't. And then, but especially to live in bad news, no one cracks jokes just because you never know how someone's going to take it.
No, I haven't. Thank you for your time. I'd gotten all I needed from the doctor. Okay. Oh, we haven't spoken to old Woo, mate. The delectable Miss Dharma. Yuck. Justin speaks very highly of you, the old dog. How can I help you, my dear? Just the mirror is fine, thank you. The tablet. Is that really all that was left from the lab? Are you suggesting... No, it's just an unusual item to find in the research lab. You can tell a lot about someone by what they leave behind. I remember a guy, a suicide in the woodlands, whose entire apartment was filled with cat food. Not that strange, you might say. Guy never owned a cat in his life. Real head scratcher. Unusual as it may be, the tablet is a window into the girl's life, whoever she was. The massage. Did you see the massage left on the billboard? Not in person. Couldn't help but see it in the news feeds. The flaming sword firebombing. The sign was hacked from the country. Was hacked from out of the country. That's all I know. The building. You mentioned the building was vacant? The laboratory in question was on the 4th floor. The rest of the building was empty, or shell offices. I think of like Boiler Room. That's the movie, Vin Diesel. With the entire floor that just had telephones on the floor.
Yeah, just had telephones because that's the important part.
Yeah. The entire place was automated. Part of the whole smart city thing. No receptionists, no janitors, no staff. Her lab, though, stacked to the ceiling with high-tech stuff. I'm no whiz kid, but I know industrial-grade server bank when I see one. And yet, according to the records, not a single soul has entered the building since 1922. Okay. Where is the object from the fire? Where is this tablet? Is this what this thing is? What's this? A chunk of ceramic. No, a clay tablet. And that was writing on the face? All that was left was a few characters, rough lines and triangles scrawled in perfect bunch of rows. There was something to it.
I've got to look up.
Yeah, I think so. Something I could use. After all, sometimes getting results meant bending the rules. Where's the tablet?
Context in Boiler Room. It's like a... It's made like a decade or so before Wolf of Wall Street, but it's like the... It's of the like stock pushing. It's just much less flamboyant, I guess, than Wolf of Wall Street. But there's a scene where he's got an office. It's not on Wall Street itself, it's on the Jersey Turnpike. But they've got another office they've set up, which is just completely empty, but the phones are connected, and you see the grid of where they sit in an actual office, and the lines going between, so they're all hooked up. And it's basically an office of where they're going to move if the heat gets too big, so they'll switch offices and switch business names probably, and keep running. But they've got the phones all hooked up so that it'll only take an hour to move everything if they feel the authorities are getting onto them. It takes about the guy's going, it's it'll be an hour's downtime max to get everyone switched over, and it's this weird thing of making sure the phones are all hooked up if you are gonna have a second office to switch to. So you got to keep pushing the stock.
The tablet, I don't think was like an iPad. I think it meant like that ceramic thing we picked up.
Yeah, ceramic tablet, yeah.
So that was, yeah. Who were you? How am I meant to find her identity, though? In fact, I don't even remember how to get to... we picked up the tablet, sure. But now what?
Yeah, we don't have an inventory usually.
Yeah. Maybe old mate Rupert might know, because he's got antiques and stuff. Yeah, I'm thinking it is a Rosetta Stone, you're right. Number's out of service. Can we call other old mate then? Gotten all I need from the doctor. The coroner was of no further use, thankfully. How do we... Let's see. A chunk of ceramic. No, a clay tablet. And was that writing etched onto its face? All that was left was a few characters, rough lines and triangles scrawled in a perfect bunch of row. There was something to it, something I could use. After all, sometimes getting results means bending the rules. Maybe we could go to the museum. Maybe they would know.
Yeah, I was thinking that or the visiting Tiger Lily, because you can call her for pay
Tiger Lily, yeah. Let's give her...
but not call her, because that's like a hint system. But maybe visiting her in person, that's like, oh yeah, just.
Do you mean mating? Because she's the hint system.
Oh, mating then.
I'm gonna call Tiger Lily quickly, but we can go. No answer. Okay, let's go to the museum. Don't even remember where the museum was, though. That's the only thing. Oh, thank you both. You've been very helpful. Keep in touch, Miss Dharma. Not on your life, good sir. A message writ large in neon indiscretion, proudly staking its claim. A woman, unknown to the world in life, now in death. Who were you? Why did someone want you not just dead, but erased? What did you do to deserve this? Damnatio Memorare. That's my Latin skills for you. I needed to focus. I needed to unload on someone, preferably someone I could trust. Okay, the game is taking care of that for us. That's good, I think. Return to the office and plan your next move. Sweet. Okay. Mind the gap. One hour later.
This is the annex.
Yeah, it's a new room. And just after we arrived, the message appeared. The hand that wields the flaming sword is burned by the fire that knows no master. Spooky. So, now we have the SBF case, an SBF case with no leads and no clues. Except one. My. A mirror, this is exquisite. Wherever did you get it? The morgue. It was just lying around. Oh my, have I become a bad influence? How exciting. I need to identify the language. It's the only start we have. Well, let's just say I know some people who are experts in the field of manufacturing fake artifacts for sale on the black market. If anyone can translate this, maybe they can. Get me the language and I'll call my people. Okay. A single clue. One chance. Time to get linguistic and hope Letitia can get us rolling.
Time to get cunning as well.
Call Letitia after you've identified the language on the tablet. Okay, so let's have a look at our computer. Oh no, we got rent already? We just bought this.
We also wasted 2 days doing nothing.
Yeah, alright, well, better pay the bill. Success. Okay, so how on earth are we meant to work this out? Identify the language on the tablet. Oh, okay, cool. Here we go. A stone tablet covered in an unknown language.
That's what I thought it was. I actually pictured this. Because I've seen like tablets like that, but they're usually counting systems like.
It's like chiseled in, right? Like they've got a.
Yeah, okay. It's like the clay was like they're clay tablets, and so when they were soft, someone's got like a stick and various sides of the stick, and they're just pressing it into it, and the various either multiple sticks or different sides of the stick make the different shapes. Mm-hmm. And that and the groupings, and it's usually counting though.
It's almost like mahjong letters. All right, time to open up the web. Clay, tablet, triangle, icons. That kind of looks like it. Maybe. Or maybe not, actually. British Museum.
It's a cuneiform tablet I was thinking of, but this looks a bit different.
Okay, let's see.
That looks like a Babylonian.
Mesopotamian tablet collection. Looks like this too. How do we tell the game that we know where it's from, though? Old Babylonian period, yeah. Neo-Babylonian and early Persian periods. So Iran is probably what we're looking for.
I kind of think we go to the library or the museum to, because like the fact that we know it's Babylonian just means we can look up Then how would that help?
Yeah, we need the game to check it off to say, yeah, we know.
I know, we need to see the experts that she mentioned. Does it say where they are? Because we need that translated, because I'm assuming that says something.
I hope it doesn't want us to actually fly. Let's see.
I know uniform looks a bit different.
Well, let's go to the museum. We don't even know where the museum is, though. That's the thing. What district it's in. Right, I'll go back to the web for a second and have a look. Is there... Maybe we can just talk to her and... Oh, hang on. Where's Letitia gone? Maybe we just tell Letitia. Try calling her. Letitia, Marlowe's assistant. How may I direct your call? I know it's you, Letitia. Oh, beauty. Okay. Did you say the name of what the text is called, Steve? I don't remember.
I
can just
think Babylonian is what I...
Babylonian. Babylonian language. Text. Babylonian text name.
I think the language is just
Babylonian. It's called cuneiform.
Okay.
Okay. Cuneiform. You're barking up the wrong tree, apparently. That wasn't the right language. Did I spell it wrong? Maybe I did. What is Babylon? Yeah, it's called cuneiform. 100%. I'll try it again. Guess I did a typo. Cuneiform. Oh, maybe I need to write Babylonian in there first?
Yeah, maybe it is.
Okay, let's do that.
But like you said, this uniform could be the script, not the language.
I don't
know. Baby.
Spell it.
B-Y. Yeah, B-Y.
A-N or E-N?
A-N.
Apparently not. Cuneiform doesn't fucking care. That's good. Okay.
Mesopotamian is the only one that comes close, but that doesn't quite look the same.
Oh, Sumerian?
Sumerian, yeah.
I'll try that. Whoop, bingo. 1 hour later. Sumerian, well done. Anyways, my man's on it. Shouldn't be a jiffy. He does go on though. Probably need a drink afterwards. Hint, hint.
The actual language was of the Babylonians was Akkadian.
The white mare? Yes, I haven't slummed it for a while. Very well, the white mare. Say in 3 hours. 3 hours time, so 15:14. Ta-ta. In Bugis. Alright. Bugis. Bugis, Bugis, Bugis. Where are you? There it is. Mind. Alright, we've got to wait. I'll wait 2 hours. That's good, Steve. Like it. Amira, I didn't expect you this early. Oh look, you scared her off. More's the pity. I ordered a bottle for us, not cheap, but can you really put a price on quality? I know you know I don't drink. Must have slipped my mind. What have you got for me? Looks like our little tablet was a forgery. Still. Laetitia, this is amazing. I'll tell you what's amazing. Listening to a man talk about recreating Victorian pigments for 3/4 of an hour. Now, if you're not going to drink, I'd kindly ask you to tootle off. Wow. There's nothing worse than drinking alone, except drinking alone in the company of others. Inspect the tablet's trends. But where? Oh, is that? Oh, here we go. I can't read that. There's more here than I expected, given the size of the tablet. Whoever has etched the Sumerian across the thing has packed it with a lot more meaning in such a small place. It concerns someone, something known as P. Fear pours off the pages. Whoever our victim was, she knew something was about to go down. But then, could it be an address in Kalang? An access code? A succulent Chinese meal? Kalang. Did she leave this on purpose? The only way to find out. Guess I'm heading to Kalang. Okay, off to Kalang we go. Kalang.
The trivia stuff said that there's like a 90s sci-fi you really like called Babylon 5, and the reason for its name is it's one of the main themes. So it is based off Babylon creation.
Okay. There was a Babylon 5 movie like 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, it's mostly not fan service, but it's a time travel thing, so it brings in a lot of like remember this sort of stuff. But it's actually kind of cool. I don't think it's watchable to someone who hasn't watched the series though, because it's so much. Just like it'd be so much would just be random.
Do you remember Farscape?
Yeah. Never watched it properly, but I wonder if I should. I don't know. Yeah, because it's like it was more comedy, wasn't it?
I don't know if it was a comedy, but it had like puppets for aliens.
Yeah. I think the one of the puppets was definitely supposed to be comic relief, but I thought it was supposed to be more of a comedy, and that's their way of zigzagging with the Star Treks and stuff. But it's also Australian studio that did it.
Yep. It's got the girl from Uncharted that plays Chloe in it.
Okay. Keep thinking
Claudia Black.
positive of it, but then I think I mixed it up a little bit with Lex.
Oh, I remember
really...
Lex. That was the Malcolm McDowell one, right? That had boobs occasionally.
Yeah. That was a very goofy, cheap sci-fi.
Yeah. It's Mike Minardi. Yeah, Firefly wasn't bad. Ma'am, I've called the police. Enough is enough. Your structural integrity remains at 100%. Please desist from your assault.
My favourite 3 sci-fis would have to be Babylon 5, Firefly, and Doctor Who. Because they're different enough that I can't really rank one above the others. But yeah, Firefly I like because it's much more grounded. It's very grounded sci-fi, like in terms of than most.
The Expanse is my favorite sci-fi of all time, I'd say. It's absolutely brilliant.
I should probably watch that.
Oh, it's so good. The space battles are really good because there's not like laser guns and stuff. It's like chain guns in space. It's very cool.
Yeah. Actually, when I say Doctor Who, I mean the specific 4 seasons of the Eccleston Tennant runs. I keep wondering whether I should start with Peter Capaldi and just start watching that. Like at one stage, I was thinking maybe I should have started that. I wanted to start it for the start watching the Jodie Whittaker run, but because I really like her, but then I've heard it's pretty average.
Have you ever heard of the show called The Leftovers?
Oh, it's come up recently for some reason, but I haven't actually watched it.
It's one of the best shows ever made, but it has one of the Doctor Who's in it. Christopher something.
Eccleston, yeah, he's
Eccleston.
yeah, I sort of like him. That's really hit and miss with Doctor Who's actors because they're either really good or really bad. Eccleston's also the main bad guy in second.
Well, just so you know, he gets his wang out in Leftovers. So if you want to see a Doctor's wang, there you go.
What are you trying to tell me? What are you trying to say? What are you trying to play?
I don't know. It's just you guys like Doctor Who, and if you wanted to, explore.
Yeah. Then I might bump my nose on the screen if that happens, though.
Watch season 1 of The Leftovers. Yeah, season 1's good, but it gets better and better and better as the seasons go through. Like, it's Psycho. You got to watch it. You really got to watch it. It's all the feels. All right, let's talk to Mike Minardi. Are you the police? Now, are we the police or are we not the police, Steve?
Could go either way. Middle ground, but.
Oh, but we're working on a police case, so technically we'd say yes. This woman has been doing something for the last hour. Just listen to that din. Every night the same thing. Now I appreciate carpentry as much as the next person. But officer, this is ridiculous. You did the right thing, sir. Of course, if you wish to interrogate me, I'm ready and I'm willing. Anything to help your inquiry. Alright, noise. You said the noise occurs every night? For the past 3 days? It's unbearable, really. Unbearable. Thank you for your constructive critique. Resident? Who lives here? Oh, I don't know her. Only saw her once or twice. Young girl, keeps to herself. I always assumed she was a doctor with that coat. And you don't know anything else? Nothing else at all? Apart from the fact she enjoys torturing her fellow residents? No. Do you know your neighbors? I mean, really? Is this in this day and age? Voice. Where's that voice coming from? Oh, it's the damn personal assistant thing she's rigged up to the doorbell after people started complaining. It's dumber than a bag of spanners, Sia. Manages to talk its way around you, though. Really? Thank you for desisting your assault. Done. I'll take it from here. If you need a witness statement, I'm in 34B. Good day. Farewell. Construction completed.
I think that's what the problem I had with Smith was it's too much like Tenet. That should be different or distinct based on the actor's strengths. Which are not because I know there's the standard Doctor Who thing where most people hate the new Doctor until they get used to them and then they hate the new Doctor again. It's like a cycle, but because I hadn't watched Doctor Who's until much later before they came out, I didn't like Matt Smith going into the Eccleston Tenet runs and I knew I'd jump out at that point. But I think that's the problem I have is he's doing a Tenet when he's not a Tenet-like.
What about Tom Baker, though? Those eyes of his.
Actually, I don't like Tom Baker based off his name.
What's wrong with his name?
There's an employee that ex-coworker that I really didn't like. His name was Tom Baker.
Oh, funny. I worked with a Tom Baker as well.
Wow. So, is that the real, like, John Smith name?
I think it might be.
It's like that's the one that's actually very popular.
Welcome. This residence is currently unoccupied. Please leave a message or return at a later date.
Yeah,
I wonder if that code... I wonder if that code from the translated message... I didn't see an actual code. Do you? It's worth a try. Alright, let's...
The thing I remember with the old Doctor Who is seeing episodes as a kid and nothing happens in them. It's like a lead up and then nothing happens on the conclusion. And then the other thing I know is I went to that Astor Theatre too. I remember back to back two of the old Doctor Who movies. And that was alright. You also got to see the inconsistency of the Daleks.
Oh.
It's like, hey, why are they completely different in these two movies? And it's just because they're probably at two ends of several seasons.
Hacking.
Like the second movie, you had a full-on family, and it's like, what the fuck is this? Why does he have like a wife and kid?
Oh, we're in. Welcome home. Place is as sterile as the owner's current residence. The white walls and floors bring to mind a cold inhumanity of the morgue or an Apple store. Hello. You are not... Who? Apologies, there appears to be an error with my vocal processor. I am currently unable to vocalize the name of my proprietor. How odd. Identity. What are you? I am a caretaking routine. Functions include, but are not limited to, calendar management, automated note-taking, activity monitoring, sustenance stockage, admission filtering, and procedural correspondence generation. So, not an alarm? Intruder alert systems are currently not part of my purview. I do not think believed they were necessary. It seems that was incorrect. Proprietor? Who created you? I was created on the 4th of June 1928. Or 2028, in fact, by... Can you spell out that name of your owner? Okay, fine. Can you tell me anything about her at all? I'm afraid all records of my proprietor were erased. By who? Sumerian? What's with your owner's obsession with Sumerian? It seems to follow her around like a bad smell. Sumerian is one of the oldest codified languages known to man. My owner's vocation concerns psychology and decimation of the languages of artificial learning environments. It is natural would look at mankind's roots and establish the new future for their progeny. She was teaching languages to AIs. A simplified summary, but yes. Okay. Okay, before we click on it, what is this thing, Steve?
And it's not just background decoration.
It's something we can click on.
Okay.
Verdant Tree, do you reckon this takes the same screwdriver from 999? Let's click it. Small, but this thing probably weighed a ton. No getting in here without a code. Okay, so it's a safe. The giant Phillips heads, exactly. A top-of-the-line model. In fact, I've never seen a personal computer this advanced. Such a gaming rig. Auto startup, a motion sensor perhaps? Can't be that easy. The desktop was sparse as the apartment, a single folder. Incredible that such a powerful machine was used as a simple makeshift diary. Okay. Start at the bottom. May 8th, 2029, Red Letter Day. We're still a way away from version 1.0, but 0.9 is performing so far beyond expectations it almost doesn't matter. Booted up the sim, started the small modest investment. Within hours we were able to see 4-figure returns. We had to shut down as we were getting outside the interest from Mouse. Must have thought we were a bunch of hackers flaunting the system. They should be so lucky. One strange item. First shutdown didn't work. Before the protocols landed, they were intercepted and cancelled. The second set got through as normal. But for a moment, it was as if the thing was resisting. Follow up with Harry tomorrow. Mood excited. Personal notes, December 8th. Therapist didn't work out. Kept trying to place importance on family, friends, relationships. Could see his eyes flare when I failed to show interest, like a collector of finding a rare specimen. Spent the next hour trying to tease out some imagined trauma. Didn't work. He took it personally. Dead bird on the way home. More and more these days. Pollution, probably. New transliteration processing. Another tax record. Chickens and grain and pigs. Interesting didactic undertone. Must inform the museum. New job offer. Some research lab. Out of the country. Not entirely facile. Facile?
Yeah, facile, I think.
I don't know what that word means. Might see what they have to offer. Mail from mother. Had doorbell write a response. Mood content.
There's a definition in my head that always, like, if I don't think about it and I just read it. But I think it's because I mix up two words.
Mm-hmm.
I think I mix up with flaccid.
Flaccid?
That's what I think. Facile is, that's what my mind translates it as.
Filthbag Steve right there.
I
Date.
was thinking to myself, wait, why do I think of...
Steve is such a filth bag.
See,
Thank you, Thomas.
facile. And then I've just realised that's because I'm mixing it up with flaccid.
It's how I always mix up bunting with fapping. Like my brain can't get around it, and the reason is, like, bunting in itself is kind of like a dirty name, but because the sound it makes in the wind, the little flags blowing, makes a fapping sound. I always call it fapping. For some reason, my brain just won't learn that.
Wait, what's bunting? Like, I only know bunting from, like, baseball. That's what I think of. But what's the flag one?
It's the string, like the big string with little tiny coloured flags hanging off it.
Ah, okay, yeah.
That you see on, like, circus tents and things like that. Yeah, I don't know. It's
That's buntings.
just a broken brain, really. April 2nd, 2029. Sick today, forced home from the lab despite protestations. Work progressing, acquisition approaching juvenile levels, although it is a real problem with context-based logographs. Food, protein supplement, vitamin shake ×3. Mood frustrated. Numbers. These look similar to the numbers on the door keypad. Oh, we're going to have to translate, aren't we? Is it as simple as saying 3, 6, 10, and 3? No, but that's different. I don't know. We'll find out.
Probably is, actually.
These two
hang
are
on.
different, though.
Okay, 3 is 3.
Maybe that's 12. Maybe that's a 10.
Oh, they're different. Oh wait, yeah. So the fish swimming.
Fish swimming. Oh yeah, these yeah. So that could
This
be
doesn't match.
51
Kind of. So
and then 37 and then 12.
what's weird because it goes up to the 4 fish is 40, then there's a different symbol in the one I'm looking at for 50. It's almost like Roman numerals, where
Okay.
50 is a different symbol and then 40 is just 4 of those things. But judging from that, that's supposed to be 51.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Let's try this anyway. 37 and 12.
Oh no, there's another version where there's 5.
Help me. The numbers are the key. Does that mean I can feel his eyes on me? Maybe too late. If anything happens, I'll make sure I'm traceable. That's the power he's amassed. If someone, anyone, if you find this, find Harry. He's the only person who can stop him. Can't leave location here, too risky, but I left it in the safe. The numbers are the key. He never got a hang of cuneiforms. Yeah, see, I told you that was the language. That'll get you to Harry. I will return to Singapore. I hope, pray it's out of his reach. It was just a job, a distraction, except for Harry. Just a job. We never saw the cruelty, the pain. Please forgive us. Mood, stop him.
And Emma Bunton is Baby Spice.
Emma Bunton, yeah, exactly. I'm sure I saw the number symbols around here. Okay. Let's see. There's going to be some bullshit format, Steve. You just know it. Ah. Oh, hang on. Let's take the 0 out of it. Out of the equation. Really? Okay. We're gonna have to look back at the computer. Cuneiform numbers. Okay. Oh, this is good. Okay, so it's definitely 3 to begin with. Lock that in, Eddie. Then we've got... Oh, weird. One fish looks like it's 9.
Oh wait, yeah, the thing after it.
Oh, there's so many little fish. Oh, hang on.
That's 500, not no, it's not.
40 is 5 fish. 40 is 5 fish swimming. So it could be 41. We'll check in a second.
That's no 40's.
I'm looking at a picture and it shows exactly what we see. I think. Hang on. Yeah.
I've got 2 different pictures and they're slightly different. Like I said, there's one of them small Roman numerals, but
Oh, it's backwards though. So the one I'm looking at, see how it's got 2 fish then 3 fish? The one I see is 3 fish then 2 fish is 40. I assume it's the same anyway. Just the order. What's the next one?
that's 3 and 1 on mine. And then 5 is the 3 on top, 2 on the bottom.
We'll try in a second. You work out using your code. I'll work out with my code and we'll try both. All right, let's see. We've got 3 fish, which is 30. Yeah. And then 7. Yeah, so that's definitely 37 from what I can see. And then we've got 1 fish, which is one fish is 9 according to this. 10. Oh no, 11 is one fish with 2 strikes. Okay, let's try this. Can you take a screenshot of this, Steve, so we don't have to keep going back to the computer?
Yep, taking it.
Got it? Sweet. Alright, let's try this. Okay, I'll go try one more thing, and then we're going to rework it out. Fuck. Alright, one more thing. All right, Steve.
And I think my translation is the one we did before, but 03 51 37 12, right?
So 03 51 37 12. That was the original one we tried, but I've seen a direct translation of that 12 actually being 11. Let me show you what I've got. Or maybe this would work better.
Every version I see.
I'm going to circle the ones I see. That. Then. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I think I messed up one number, but that's okay. Oh, I see my mistake. I think. Yeah, I see my mistake. I need to bring that back up so I can see it. I know you can see the code now, but I can't.
Yeah, so I was thinking I took the screenshots after then.
Okay, now I'll go back. 3, yes. The next was... Okay. That's 9. One fish is 10.
Doesn't no matter how, which translation you look up and how you try to work it out, it is, what we've translated is definitely the numbers. But maybe you need dashes or something between them, or spaces.
Yeah. I'll put this in chat so you can see what I'm looking at anyway. I'll put in there. All right. So yeah, it should be... Yeah, maybe spaces or dashes. I'll try. I'll try with just spaces then. Or first I'll get rid of the Because last time we had to get rid of these leading zeros. Oh, some A-grade horse shit. I mean, they're the numbers. Oh, you've got.
Oh god, okay.
You figured something else out?
We'll have to look it up because it's like we're definitely missing something.
Mm.
So something about you need. I don't even know this. It's used a sexagesimal number system, which was used by ancient Sumerians.
You use the what?
Okay.
Mm.
So if you notice when you look up those translations, they always go up to 59. They don't go up further.
Okay.
No, this one does. That one must be bullshit. Because their numbering system has a base of 60.
Okay.
So in the same way, so that 3 isn't like 3 the way we have a decimal system. That's like 3 times 60 times 60 times 60. So I will
What?
bring up a calculator.
Yeah, we need the digital
Okay.
root calculator for this.
Well, I actually don't even know what a digital root is whenever you guys do that.
Oh, it's great.
Okay.
Love a digital root. Love an
So-
analog root too.
Yeah, I usually have to pay like a bulk load of tokens for a digital root. Okay, so I just at least say verbally what I'm doing. So I bring up the code.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you go 3. In the same way, like if you saw 1024, you'd be like 1 times 10 plus the next digit times 10. So you go 3 times 60 plus
180
51 times
plus 230.
60.
Fucking hell. That's a...
Yes. Okay, he just fucked me up.
Go
By
on. I'm gonna...
saying
I'll,
numbers.
Yeah, alright. I'll stay silent.
Because you can work out it in your head for an extent, but one stage. That's
Yeah.
why I use the calculator because it's harder.
Mhm.
3 times 60 plus 51 times 60 plus 37 times 60 plus 12. Okay, so the code is 833832.
833822. Correct?
So it's like numerology.
No. 833.
833.
Sorry, say it again.
833832.
Fucking hell, Steve.
So those ones that, yeah, I completely wasn't expecting that. Otherwise, I'm assuming you'd have to, because you'd have to look into the whole Sumerian counting system to then see that, rather than just look at the translation.
Code accepted. Bingo. New Delhi, huh? There's something on the other side. As for man, his days are numbered. Ominous. Ominous. Find Harry at his lab in New Delhi. Travel to the mysterious address in Kalane. We've already done that. Okay, so we're going to New Delhi. How are we meant to find him in... Alright, let's just travel. You know, as far as countries go, or at least cities go, I don't think I'll ever travel to New Delhi. Okay. Let's see. It is 9:35. Let's catch the 11:40.
Like, I used to have a boss that did for work, and he said, "Oh, New Delhi's, might not have been New Delhi, but it was somewhere in India anyways. Oh, it's really, really good because as long as you stay within your 6-star hotel. And it's like, well, anywhere will be good as long as you stay in 6-star hotel, 5-star
Exactly.
hotel.
India.
Labs, this is a shed. Oh,
Mr. Khan?
cyberpunk.
Harry Khan?
Oh, that's cool. Good animation.
Third instance, second quadrant, memory leak. Make a note of it. Can I help you?
I really hope so, Mr. Khan.
That's not how programming works.
Dr. Con, if you please, but Harry's fine.
It's future programming, Steve. You haven't learned it yet.
Or it's like, yeah, it's like the thing where I can just sense the memory leak. I have to see the code. And the graphics, and the sound, I just know there's a memory leak.
He's got sensors in his loins, so when he goes in, he can feel it.
It's like
Amira
inside the special
Dharma,
magnets.
Chinatown Detective Agency.
API, the new frontier of law enforcement, yes. Your kind is on the rise, it seems.
I still
Dr.
do that
Khan,
thing where they
I traveled a long way.
insert a
All I'm
magnet
hoping
into
is
the
to get a
tip of
few
your
minutes
finger.
of your time. I have some questions about a colleague of yours.
Say what?
Remember that thing from like probably a decade ago at this point? They mentioned on Giant Bomb, but it's like
Oh, the body biohacking or something? Where you put,
I don't know if it's that.
like rare
You
earth
just-
magnets under your fingertip.
yeah, just a single rare earth magnet. I think it's into your fingertip.
That'd be awful because your fingertips are used for feeling and stuff. Like, I want it
that's-
somewhere else.
Yeah, in the future, there's no more garbage collection. It's just back to reference counting.
A colleague without a name.
How intriguing. Please.
This is an impressive facility, Dr. Khan. Rare to see outside of China these days.
Oh, this is like that Slither movie. Remember that with one of the bald ones? He had like panels like this.
So true.
Yeah.
Since the Great Crash, China seems to be one of the few lights of progress in a world blanketed in ignorance. China! The majority of my work was focused there, until the government decided I was no longer welcome. But enough of my woes. How may I assist you?
I'm sorry to tell you this, but it appears one of your colleagues was killed. Perhaps intentionally.
Oh. Oh, goodness. Who?
Good question.
That's the million-dollar question. The question I'm hoping you can answer. Victim was a woman, untraceable through normal means. The only clues to her identity are a fascination with the Sumerian language and an apartment in Woodlands.
Mega.
I'm sorry?
Megha Pandy.
Mega Pandy.
Dead, you say? Oh, God.
I'm afraid so.
How? When?
Recently, a fire in a laboratory in Singapore. I caught the case there.
Have a look?
Yes. How did you...
That was her new project. She spent years building it up, finding the right funding. She wanted to expand her concepts, build a new language fit for the age. She asked me to join her, but I had other priorities.
Dr. Khan, all record of her was erased. Gene tags, employment records, even the personal assistant in her apartment didn't know her name.
Oh man, that emote tongs is almost as bad as the cross-eyed bukkake thing you like.
There you go.
I don't
That's
even
what
know.
I would like that.
I think so, yeah. I can't even tell what it is. Is it a mouth, like eating lasers? Like what's it meant to be? I don't even know. It's gross though. Ah, tongs.
Someone went through a lot of trouble to make sure I never discovered Megha's identity. Never discovered you. Do you have any idea who could be behind this?
She was a language specialist, although I imagine that obvious. Her job was to handle language acquisition, the lens through which we view the world.
I don't follow.
Without language, there's no understanding, no imagination. Remove a word from a language and you remove the concept. Add one, and you change the way people comprehend existence itself. As for man, he stays unnumbered. Whatever he might do, it is but wind.
I've never seen Dick Tracy. It's always been something that I wanted to.
I believe I can assist you, Miss Tama.
Yes, assist us.
But not here. Not here. Let's meet back in Singapore. I still have friends there. I will contact you when it is time. When it is safe.
Thank you. I really hope you do, Dr. Khan. Harry.
Megha Pandy.
Mega Pandy. The rest is in the file.
Excellent work, kiddo. You've outdone yourself. Here.
Oh, we've got our money back. We're at 42 grand again. He's paid for rent for the month. I'm exhausted, Justin. I don't like where this case is headed. Not one bit. But I'll still do it. The doctor, Con, talked about changing people's perceptions of reality. Said Pandy was a language programmer for something. This is a bigger than arson. Bigger than one murder.
While you were gone, I did some digging.
You're more right than I know.
Some might even call it police work.
Hang on, this is out of sync.
Might even call it police work. Found a case from a year
What?
back.
Hang on, he did 2 line reads for the same line.
I think like I repeated the text and then repeated his line. I think it was like a weird scripting error.
Yeah.
Found a case from a year back.
Guy was killed while out jogging. I bet he's going to say that next.
Cyber
No?
chalked it up to a malfunction. Terrible accident. The guy was killed by a drone.
Hang on, we know that. Isn't that the Letitia case? Hey, Justin, tell me he had a name.
No name, no face, no records. It was like he never existed.
Maybe we assumed that that's how the mole from the water company was killed. And this is the actual intro of the game. I don't know. Case closed. Yeah, boy.
Or maybe it's like all these mainline ones are sort of related to that
Oh,
main case, and
there you
then
go.
we're gonna do a side one like these, and then they're all gonna culminate to.
yeah, that answers the
Front of
question
it.
right there. 2 drone murders, 2 anonymous victims. So yeah, you're right. So someone's taken out the there's behind the scenes. There's something linked. A coincidence? Doubtful. Con was the key. I just needed to. Oh, this can't be good. All right. Well, I reckon
Okay.
we might call it there.
I'll tell
Press-
this basic story because I haven't actually. I think I've seen bits of it, but not really. But there's a Gilbert Gottfried story that he tells. I think he still brings it up when people mention in Hollywood how you'll have like people pissing in your executives like pissing in your pocket, and then suddenly they had no intention, or they just go quiet. And he will always tell his story of he was approached by executives to play Mumbles in Dick Tracy, in the Dick Tracy movie, and they're like, he said, I went to this meeting and they're like, it's you, like we want you as we've written it for this whole thing for you. You're the only one that can play this character. I mean, if you don't take this role, I don't think we could even do the movie. All that stuff, and then he's like, oh, and he came out thinking he Dick Tracy, and there was nothing. And then when he mentioned it to his agent, they've gone, yeah, they went with someone else. And he goes, who? And they went, Dustin Hoffman. And he goes, the only way you could put my name and Dustin Hoffman's name in the same sentence is if he said, I like Gilbert Gottfried, but he's no Dustin Hoffman. But yeah, he goes, it looks like there's no way it was going to go up against him. But then this meeting, they were just pretty much saying it's assured and saying how fantastic I'd be in it.
All right, well, let us see if there's anyone on that we can raid. All right, I reckon we might raid Hex Steph. I've raided her before. She is playing that role playing Red Dead Redemption 2, which is intriguing. All right, locking you guys in the raid cannon, inserting my chat bullets, ready to fire off into the sun, into the weekend. Make sure you eat something delicious, as always, or drink something delicious. I know Artie Fine's already on the junk food train. I will do so tonight as well. I'm going to get a pizza for sure. But yeah, until next time, we will see you later. Toodles.
Everyone, thanks for watching.